Guys, just wanted to give a quick update because I haven't filmed in a few days. Been doing some work on the car. I went ahead and cleaned all the valves, so I'm going to be showing you pictures of before and after on those valves. But first I want to show you what I used to do it. So you're going to need a couple things. Some B12 chem tool to soak the valves before you hit them. You'll need a blast gun with gravity feed. I got this at Harbor Freight for $15. I bought a couple of these wire brushes. I don't think they're necessary, but they do help with the job. So I cut the tips off on the end of these, and then I just use a drill, and I put that in there, and I just use it to basically just buff what I couldn't get to with the other tools. So not critical, but it did make the job easier. I bought these two things. They're called scribes. I just call them picks, but Harbor Freight has them. I think they're like $5 or $6. There's one with like a 90-degree angle and a straight end, and then there's one with a kind of a curved angle. And I use these quite a bit. I would say these are necessary. So you get that down in there and you scrape on the carbon, and the gravity feed does take care of a lot of it, but it won't get all of it. I'd probably say the gravity feed gun will get about 85% of it. So then you'll use these scribes to get the rest. So, and then this is the walnut media down here. I think this was the most expensive part. It was like, I want to say $20-something, but I have enough to do like 10 more cars or something like that crazy. So I got way too much of this stuff. But I'll probably be doing the Focus too, so it'll come in handy. So when I took off the manifold, I noticed this gasket was pretty much toast. As you can see, it's got this stuff chipping off here, and it's all bent and nasty. So I ordered a new one, and you can see that it came in. I ordered from Edge Autosport because they are the ones I've been ordering all my stuff through. Came in, brand new gasket. That's what it's supposed to look like. They're paper thin, and this one had been to the ringer, I guess. I don't know. Which I'm going to be blasting this tomorrow too, all these little VTCS valves, and cleaning this up. And but I did want to show you guys something. So Edge sent me a JBR thermal insulating gasket, and they sent me this on accident. I ordered a intake manifold gasket, so this one I'm going to end up reusing this because they didn't send it to me on time. But I don't like to reuse gaskets, but this one will do, and then I'll swap it out later on because swapping out an intake manifold gasket is not a big deal. But I want you guys to look at this. I got some reviews online. People said that they were having leaks, this gasket leaks, and then this is how it came to me. This has not even been a few hours, so it's not like I stored it in some weird spot. But take a look at this. So it's already kind of lost its shape. It's curving. And I forget the name of this material, but honestly, I don't think this is good. I don't know. They probably did some R&D, and I hate to bad mouth a brand, but I mean, just feeling the OEM gasket, I'm like, there's a reason there's this metal and other stuff, and then this like plastic stuff that's real flimsy. And anyway, this thing is like $45, so I'm gonna return it back to them, and they're gonna mail me a new thermal gasket. And yeah. So I decided to install my oil catch can. So if you guys are planning on installing a catch can, removing the manifold at the same time and cleaning your valves makes it a million times easier, and I'll show you why. So I got the tape off right now. I had all this taped up because you really don't want to get anything down in there. But here's the PCV valve down here. You can see it's underneath the fuel rail. Right there. Looking right at it. So, having this manifold out made this a million times easier. So, I was able to get to the PCV valve, put one of the lines on. I've already hooked up the new 3.5 bar sensor with the harness, because that's right there too. And the sensor's going to bolt into the manifold, and then the other line's going to bolt into the manifold for the other catch can hose. And then I'm just going to put the manifold in with the hose on it. So here's the mounting location for the Damon catch can. Real easy to install with everything off. I was already down here, so I decided to do it. Bolts right here behind the horn. There's one welded nut. You just take a 10mm bolt out and boom, put this one in. Super easy to get to. And I'll be able to access it from top of the engine to drain it. So I got that cooking. The intercooler's off right now because I didn't want to ding it up while I was cleaning the valves. And I guess let me show you, excuse me, I've got some allergies, so sorry about the coughing, but I've got all the valves are done, and I'm going to try to show you them using this light. Hopefully I can get it to focus. But as you can see, they are clean. Clean. I mean, clean as they're going to get. I spent a whole day just doing this. And, I mean, they look pretty good to me. So, that one's obviously open. So, but yeah, in case you're wondering, super easy job. Once you get the manifold out, you just got to remove this serpentine belt. There's I think it's a 17mm bolt on the tensioner pulley. You just put it on there, push it towards the firewall and up. It releases tension on the serpentine belt. Take your fingers, pull the belt out, and then you can put the 21mm wrench on the crankshaft and rotate it and get top dead center for each set of valves and have at it. So I'll show you the best way to use this gun here. This is my first time using a gravity feed gun. So this position with that lever down right there, that's feeding, it's open, and I've already cleaned it out so it's not going to spill anywhere, but you hook it up to your compressor. I have a little baby compressor, so I had to really go easy on it because it wants to, I mean, it blasts a lot of air, so it wants to stop every few seconds, but just put it in there. This stuff makes a huge mess. I guess you can try to do a little bit at a time and vacuum it out, or just do what I did and have at it, and if, you know, when you're done, just clean up with a broom and be done with it. But anyway, I found the best angle to do this at was to come in kind of like canted like this, let the compressor build pressure, and then do like 1 or 2 second bursts with like 3 to 5 second pauses in between, so it allows the walnuts to feed again. And you do that and just hit each valve for, I don't know, I probably spent a total like 30 seconds or a minute on each valve, and then you go to town with the picks, and I mean, I had it all the way down in there. So you get it as close as you can. The valves look really clean. I'm going to post pictures of what they look like before in the video so you can see how much of a difference it made. The catch can is going to make a difference in the future in preventing that carbon buildup. And then of course I've got the Damon EGR delete in here, the full EGR delete. And then in the future I'm going to run meth, so I'm really going to try to cut down on the carbon buildup in this engine. I have no doubt that it would rob me of some horsepower once I got this thing put back together. But anyway, I've got everything pretty much on the downward slope. Just got to put the manifold back on, bolt it up, then I've got to hook up the other lines to the oiled catch can, install the intercooler, and then yeah, just basically hook up the intake and the battery and the ECU and fire her up. So we're getting really close to starting it for the first time. It's got fresh plugs, fresh oil, fresh fluids. I do got to go get another serpentine belt. I don't have that on hand. And then this is mailing today, the transmission mount from Corksport. So I'm estimating probably within the next 7 days we'll be firing her up. So I will be posting more videos. I appreciate you guys watching. If you have any questions about cleaning your valves, feel free to comment and I'll try to explain it. But it's a pretty easy job, and I definitely would recommend it. I think the total cost of materials was like $60, so definitely a worthy investment. And then you have enough to do your friends' cars and everybody, any other cars you have. So anyway, thanks for watching.